my dead soul. They say it's a sign of death when birds roam. Thinking to myself, what the hell, and went wrong. Message just like keep your head up and stay strong. I'm sick and tired of this shit. Bumping heads with our rivals and shit. Bitches wonder why we about by that clip. The music that we listen to, they make it make sense. I wonder why the fuck it exists. Hello God, can I talk to you for a second? Hello God, I seen it out, yeah, we been lied to, is there heaven? Never ending good, we reunite with lost legends. I said a prayer for your presence, best attention. Lately I've been vibing till the melodies and sirens exchanging justice from tyrants with riots. Everything happens so fast, time is timeless. Loving souls crying through the gun violence, converted to gun license. Pay your homage, a moment in silence. Decline Mayweather, Marlon Davis, DeMarcus Hill, and Monty Martin, LaShonda Eldridge, Jenny Nelson, and J-Bo. Take $1 million, give it to the homeless people. Give a little love, this is show for sure we equal. Yeah, I wrote this with some tears cause I ain't know the people. And some I knew, I grew up with them and I can't wait to meet them. So if it's love, why can't it be love like the old days? Aphrodite and I got us playing role plays. Now they said that it's a sin if you go both ways. Tell them shut the fuck up, nigga. Worry about your cocaine. We'll focus my philosophy. Haven't shown no work is probably why I keep on calling them. Fantasizing, hope that lovely heavens dismiss all of them. God sent this angels, I'll be wondering where they are from. But here is a place where they safe, I made a song for them. Frederick Sanders, Anastasia Butler, Tracy Andrews, Felon Walker, Oriana Henderson, Jake Wells, and Romeo. I know that people live their life like they forgot about you. I learned the tragic death while surfing through the browser. The devil's short stare, that's the coronavirus. My circle getting stiff, I think it got arthritis. They say that those who believe in God should never die. Well, tell me who the fuck off the rise to write them lies. Take me to a place, bluebirds and butterflies. Cause right now got my heart paralyzed, my soul deprived. I used to dream about the scriptures that they elders say. Never rushed it as a kid, cause that's the right away. Cause on the road, death to toll and we got bills to pay. Lord, take me back and just remind me of the lovely days. As you get older, you see truth and goodbyes gon' grow. My emotional pipes busted, I can't cry no more. Lord took an angel, wonder if the sky gon' blow. Hold us down in safe spot till we arrive, my folks. Joshua Cooper, Anderson Reddick, Kelly Nelson, Simone Dufour, Juan Vincent, Michael Middlebrook, Stefan, Shimon Little, Elgin Davis, Tiana Rogan, Heather Hobbs, Kevin Fryson, Darius Wilson, Ronnie Hall, Angel Carter, Michael Levette, Cummins Hamilton, Deshaun Richards, Shaquille Devine, D. Tate, Javon Sims, Tanya Woods, Marcus Rogan, Nick Strogas, Terrence Miles, Jenna Leakey, Leandra Thomas, John Bennett, Alana Wilson, you forever my friend, remember till we meet again. If your people ain't getting else, just know they safe here. Shout out Charlie Allen. Shout out Manny Lewis. What a beautiful blessing. Suppressor.
Hello. As you all know, I am Lady V. And that song was written and done by Suppressor Hercules. Check his YouTube out. It's called Heavens Above Fort Wayne. That is the realest song I've heard in so long. And it just touched me. And it was shared on my stat, so I felt in my heart that God was speaking to me to put that out there to my people. So I had to do that because that's just something that was on my heart heavy. And, you know, I want to give a shout out to him, Suppressor Hercules. That is awesome. You know what I mean? That was a powerful message, powerful movement, powerful voice. You spoke through your music, and that's what it's about. We speaking every day what God puts on us to speak and to share about or to talk about. And that is something that I believe in and I stand for. And that right there needs to hit airways, you know. So check him out on YouTube, Suppressor Hercules, and subscribe, listen to his music, you know what I mean, because that's real, that's coming from the soul. So I definitely start following him, and I support his movement that he's on. He definitely opened a lot of ears out there for the people, especially for Fort Wayne, because I speak on this daily, that we need to start coming together. We need to come together in numbers, because 1 or 2 or 3 is not going to do any justice. It's not going to get these people to wake up and smell the coffee. These things that's going on in today's society and in our city will continue to keep taking place if we do nothing about it. As long as we keep sitting back, waiting and watching and just wondering, nothing's going to ever change. It's only going to get worse, because we're not spitting knowledge into our children. We're not uplifting our loved ones. We're not supporting one another. Everybody is divided. Everybody wants to chase greatness on their own, but get mad because no one's supporting them. You're never going to get ahead if you don't support others out there. So you have to start by giving order to receive. So that's a powerful message right there. Start giving to start receiving. I mean, that's the realest. You can't expect for somebody to support you and you're not supporting them. You can't expect for somebody to root for you and you're not rooting for them. You can't expect for somebody to uphold your image and you're not upholding your own image, let alone allowing others to come into your presence to give you that extra push. So if it's somebody out there, like if you do nails and hair, you can't push away those very people who trying to support you. You can't keep saying no one's supporting you, but people are out here supporting you, but you don't want their type of support. It's weird. And it's sad that people feel that way. It's sad that people carry themselves like this. You know, every day they like, oh, I'm not getting supported. Oh, da, da, da. But when that certain person come your way, you ignore them. You don't reply to their message. You leave them on scene, you know, and then you wonder why you haven't prospered all the way to that highest level that you're trying to achieve, because you're picking and choosing who you want in your corner. That's not how it goes. A supporter is a supporter, no matter who you are. You know what I mean? So a lot of people, you pushing away your own blessings. Every day you're pushing away your own blessings. The very people who are trying to be there for you and support you and uplift you and share your skills, you pushing them away. So that's why I come on here every day and I push for greatness, because it doesn't matter who supports me. The message is out there. So eventually you'll tune in. You might not click on the video, but you might watch it and listen to it through the, you know, y'all know what I'm talking about. But the point is you watched it, you listened to it, and it's a powerful movement. And I will continue to do and be me no matter what. And this goes to say to the people out there that's putting their best foot forward, keep pushing. You know what I mean? Keep pushing. Because that's the only way that you're going to be successful, if you keep pushing. Keep pushing forward and keep chasing your dreams and accomplishing your goals, because you're going to be great. So like I don't even know what else to even say to a person that's trying, but keep going. Don't give up. Don't become a failure because you feel like you're not getting enough support. You know what I mean? Stay consistent. I had some ladies like, you know, no matter what I've been through, you always stayed consistent. You always kept going. I could have been going through it yesterday, but today I'm here pushing through it, because that's the only way. That's the only way that you can show people that you're willing to keep going, is if you keep going. When you quit and you stop, you lose stuff. You lose supporters like that, because they like, oh, he or she ain't consistent with their movement. So how can I support somebody and they not consistent in their own dreams and beliefs? So therefore, that's why I keep being consistent at what I do, because I want the support. I want people to see and hear what I'm saying and know that it's coming from here. You know what I mean? I don't do this because I get paid for it. I do it because this is what's on my heart. Every day the Lord puts something different on me to bring to my people. Whether it be real moments, funny moments, just positive moments, putting other people's businesses out there. This is just what I do. So like tomorrow I plan on, you know, putting out a couple of people's businesses. So if you have some businesses that you would like to be, you know, publicized, on, you know, social media, please drop it in my inbox or underneath this stat, and then I will write it down and I will put it out there so we can all apply pressure for each other, you know, because that's what it's about. It's about supporting each other. So I'm going to take it back to the young men that were, you know, gunned down, and I want to address to my people like, okay, we've had one meetup, and that was downtown. I haven't heard of any other meetups for these black brothers. So I'm asking my community if y'all have heard any other meetings that's supposed to be taking place. If so, please feel free to drop it in my comment section so that I can share it and put it out there. And if not, then I would like to try to, you know, organize something to where we all just meet up on a Saturday when I feel like no one's working, or if everybody has time, kind of drop down y'all times when it's a good time so we can come together and talk about the very things that we need to address in our community. We need to start uplifting our youth. We need to start, you know, spilling our knowledge into these teens because they're battling demons every single day. You know, we adults, we became older, so we've learned how to block out certain things, but these kids, they haven't quite learned that yet. So if we could start uplifting our youth and putting it to them knowledge-wise, I think that will start something great. You know, so if it's some other people out there that would like to come together with me or other people, it doesn't matter. I'm putting it out there because it don't matter if it's my idea or somebody else. If somebody else put it together before me, I'm coming. You feel me? I'm coming to support you and your movement because it's a powerful movement. So if we could possibly get together and create something for these children so that somebody, a guest speaker, could come and speak knowledge and wisdom into these babies so that they can hear the positive side of life, you know, because that's what they need. They really do. They, you know, like I said, they're battling all type of demons. They're facing, you know, criticism. They're facing, you know, the drama. They're hating on one another. You know, they're not uplifting each other because they really don't know. If you don't have a powerful, knowledgeable person at home putting this knowledge into you, then they're going to be less likely to hear it because in the streets, you're not hearing positiveness. You're not hearing good things. You're hearing all the negative. They're creating themselves to be a part of negativity because that's the best thing. That's what's hot right now. Oh, I'm going to talk about so-and-so because that's what's in. That's the top topic. And that's not the case. The case is we're supposed to be motivating and uplifting one another and, you know, congratulating each other, sharing our dreams and, you know, accomplishing the things that we want to put our minds to accomplish. So I'm just saying, like, man, if we could just put something together, if it's someone out there that's willing to come along with me, no matter who you are, because I'm not picking and choosing. I just want somebody that's on the same things that I'm on to reach out to me and be like, look, we can organize this together, rather it be a week from now. Let's make it happen pretty speedy because it's time, you know, and I've been saying this for years. I've been asking my community to come together so that we can organize some type of, you know, something for these babies. You know, I'm not going to put that one idea out because I don't want nobody to take that one. Because I'm definitely going to create something for these babies coming here real soon. I'm looking like middle April for these from 13 to 18. I really don't want to say 18, but 13 to 17 for these children to come together. I'm gonna create this nice event for the children. So, you know, that's definitely something that I'm planning ahead. So if you're interested in, you know, joining this movement with me, please feel free to inbox me. I've had a lot of people inbox me, you know, asking, you know, when the next event is or when the next movement will be. And I really want to move, you know, with the families on how they want to do things because, like I said, again, I do this because this is where my heart is. And I would want someone to do the exact same things for my babies if I was at a weak moment in my life, going through trials and tribulations, you know, and lost a loved one. I would want people to understand my space, my peace, and my mental levels because this is a very sentimental situation right here that has occurred. And a lot of people are asleep. And when I went to that event the other day, Tuesday, it was like, where is the people? I'm like, is this it? At least 80 people out there. At least 80 to 85 people out there. You hear me? And 40 of them was whites. You know, not saying there's nothing wrong with white people coming together for the blacks because, hey, we all, you know, but I'm just saying it should have been more people. It even should have been more white people. It should have been more blacks, though, definitely, because these are our brothers and sisters. Again, I don't want nobody to think that I'm picking or being, you know, racist or anything like that. But just like if y'all was in this predicament or this situation, y'all would want y'all people to come together in numbers. No matter what the case might be. But if it was y'all would want y'all people to come together in numbers, and they would. So I express this so much to my people because it is so detrimental to us because we're losing each other. We losing the purpose of coming together. And a lot of people, you know, probably like, oh, well, it's not these are not my people and this and that. And it is. It's your very people that we're losing. Because with those brothers here, they could have did something for our city. They could have did something for their families. They could have been great fathers. They could have been great basketball players. They could have been great soccer players or baseball players. You see what I'm saying? But their lives was taken short. You know, and I know it's other mothers out there who are also mourning over their children, you know, and they wanted that support too. And a lot of people did not come together for their families because it's like a rivalry out here. And that's what I believe it is. Oh, I can't support so-and-so because that was the ops. What? How do you even have an op at a time like this? How do you even have an enemy at a time like this? Like, that's the question a lot of people need to answer. How do you have beef with somebody out here at a time like this? No way. There's no way people or these children or adults should even be beefing with each other. There's no way. And if it is, it's a big problem. That beef need to be squashed. Y'all need to learn to come together. Gangs, the reds, the blues, you know, the mob, I don't know. That's how long ago I've been hearing gangs. Like, I just know colors, okay? And the reds and the blues don't allegedly like each other. I don't care because I got on all the colors. You hear me? And I don't look at it that way no more. We're all human. We're all struggling. We're all battling with different things. We've all lost a loved one. And at this time in our life, it's so precious and valuable. We need to start making our children aware of what's going on. These schools, they're not talking about God. These schools not talking about bank accounts and sticking together. They're talking about things that happened in BC, dinosaur time. These kids is confused, man. A lot of these kids don't know nothing about credit. A lot of these kids don't know nothing about nothing. They really don't. I'm talking about, I tell my kids everything. I'm talking about everything. Sex, diseases, drugs, money, God. I talk about it all because these kids need to know. These schools, they're blinding them. These schools only want these children to know what these teachers want them to know. But if your child learns different, how can you expect this child to do the work the way you're teaching them to do it your way? Now, is it a way a teacher going to listen to a child to express their way? No, it's not going to happen. So therefore, we the parents have to start speaking this knowledge into our children because these teachers ain't doing it. These teachers following suit like their boss is telling them to do. That's it. If you find a teacher that is spitting knowledge within your child, she cares. A lot of these teachers don't even care no more. They really don't. And I'm putting that out there. I mean, there's some good teachers. If you one of them, then you know this isn't for you. But if you one of them teachers that you just coming to get a paycheck, yelling at Paul and Sandra and Johnny because you feel like Johnny's not getting it. Johnny's not getting it because Johnny needed a better way to it be explained and expressed to him so that he can get it. That's what's going on with today's society of kids. They need to be understood and heard. So therefore, if you open up your ears and listen more and express and explain things down to the T to them, they could get a better understanding. That's knowledge. That's why I said, a lot of people be like, oh, she this, she that. But never once have I ever stopped spitting real knowledge into my babies. Like, that's what I do. I speak real, and I'm giving it to them straight, clean, and raw, because they gonna go out here and the real world is gonna eat them alive if I don't put the knowledge into them inside my home. Because like I said, the school systems, the justice system, the police, they're gonna fail them. They're gonna automatically think they're some type of whatever and judge them before they even get an opportunity to even know them. So that's why I said it starts within your home on how you're addressing and approaching these kids on their mental levels. They need knowledge. Without knowledge, they're going to go out here and walk right off the bridge and not know that water is shallow. They're going to think it's deep. Oh, it's deep. No, that water is shallow as hell. And you're going to hit the bottom and you're going to crack your skull. Just that simple. Hey, I'm clean, cut, and raw. I speak truths. A lot of these kids think that mommy river go deep. Certain areas, yeah. But you jump off one of them bridges, boom, it's over. They need to know stuff like this. They need to know. They don't know. You know what I mean? They don't know unless we express it to them. People in schools systems is not talking about that. I'm speaking real moments right now. So, like, if you are not spitting knowledge into your kid, you part of the problem. That's simple. You are part of the problem. We need to start telling these kids it's dangerous people everywhere you go. And think before you speak. And I've learned that. Now, it took me a minute, but I didn't have someone putting that knowledge within me. So therefore, I had to learn a lot of things on my own. I had to raise my children on my own. I had to grow up on my own. So a lot of the things that I've mastered and I know now, it's because I focused, I read, self-taught. So therefore, I'm teaching my children the way that I wish I was taught, the way that I wish someone would have expressed it and explained it to me. So that's what we need to do with our children. We need to explain, express, guide, and discipline them the way that we know is the correct way, because everybody kid is different. Some kids need whooping, some kids don't. Some kids can be talked to. Some kids got to be yelled at. You know what I mean? Some kids got to be put in the corner. Some kids got to be sat down. It's just all depending on how your kid is. Each kid in my house is totally different. I can yell at one of my kids and I can and talk soft to one of my kids. I might have to spank one of my kids and I might have to knock one of my kids out. I'm real. Now, I ain't going to really just, full blow, no. So don't get the rambling. I might not have needed to say that because, Lord, today, people will run with that one. She said on live she'd knock one of her kids out. You know what I mean? So we all know where this one could go. You know what I mean? But it's the truth. Some kids need different type of structure. They need different type of discipline. So understand what I'm saying. Don't run off to the trenches saying, she's a woman, a child beater. No, I discipline my kids accordingly. That simple. Some are easier, some are harder to discipline. That's real. But again, we do need to take the time to start breaking it down to these kids, because each kid learns different. Each kid learns faster, some learn slower. And a lot of these teachers, they're not going to take the time to learn your child because it's too many of them. It's one teacher with 28 kids. There's no way in the world she's going to be able to learn all these kids' ways that quick. It's impossible even within a year. So again, sit down and talk to y'all babies, because we do not want them to go out here and to make these bad judgment calls and get themselves hurt. Because there's stupid people out here who don't have the right sense. It is. It's weird out here, man. It's weird. And it's best to keep your kids close to you so that you know what's going on with them at all times. And it's just that simple. So, you know, I'm rambling now, but this is real life moments. And I speak truths. And I want people to know that I'm not going to change. I'm not going to change who I am because God created me this way for a reason. And if I sit up here and I change my way, change how I'm doing things, then that means that I'm trying to be something that I'm not supposed to be. So it's not going to work out. It's not a good look for me. It's not a good fit. So me coming on here every day expressing the things that I express to my people, making my people aware, that's something God installed into me. Because if I was supposed to be a comedian, I would be over here on stage having people crack up and laugh. I'm not a comedian. If I was supposed to be this hairdresser, I'll be over here putting my all into doing hair. If I was supposed to be a stripper, I'd be at the stripper joint making that money. Everybody's calling is totally different. Everybody's movement is totally different. Like I said the other day, everybody's food is totally different. So you can knock this person's way of cooking her food and this person over here cooking the same thing, but you're going to go over here and support her because she's more popular. No. Support both because, like I said, her seasoning might be different from her seasoning, but they creating the same food. But her food might taste different because she added something different into her seasoning. Nobody has the same ingredient. Nobody has the same message. Nobody has the same delivery. Nobody has the same braiding texture or style. Nobody has the same mouthpiece as mine. It's another speaker out there, believe me. His voice might be powerful than mine. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to knock him because his voice is a little bit louder. No, I'm going to keep rooting for him, and I'm hoping he rooting for me because our messages is totally different. Our delivery is going to be different. The way he set things up might be different from the way I set things up. The way that he speaks on this topic might be different. You know what I mean? So we all have our own way of doing things. It's different. It could be, like I said, another example. It's thousands of boxes of cereals sitting right next to each other. Some generic, some good ones. Some is the good kind. I buy both. I get the generic and I get this, and sometimes the generic tastes better than the real thing. So, I mean, you get what I'm saying? Just like socks. Different companies make the same cotton sock, but they sock might have a different texture of cotton in it that's making it more fluffier, making your foot more comfortable in it. This sock might be a little too tight, a little too short. Either way, it's still a sock. It's still the same idea. You see what I'm saying? Phones. It's different phone companies out here, but it still all do the same thing. It's same scenario. That's all I'm saying. So we out here knocking each other and not supporting each other. But like I said, we all have a different way of expressing ourselves. And if we start getting up to support each other, we will all be successful. Period. We might not all make it to the top. It's not meant for everybody to go to the top. But the ones at the bottom need to be just as successful as the ones at the top. We're no different. They're no different from the ones at the top. They just got there a little bit faster. But we're still supposed to support each other. We're still supposed to come together. That's what it's about. That's what the message is. Coming together no matter what way you do it. Just do it. Support your people. Uplift your people. We all need it. We all need it. We all want love. We all want support. We all want that proper affection. We're no different. We're all the same. We all bleed the same dang on color. We all turn cold and blue when we die. So that's all it is learning when we're alive how to support one another in our dreams, goals, and accomplishments. Just that simple. And I really don't have nothing more to say because you can't put nothing else with that. That's a real moment. That's a real truth right there. And a lot of people they still won't get it. Even when I just broke it down to you for you to understand it, people will still let it go right over their heads. Support your people, man. Support your people. That's all it's about, is supporting your people. Finding what your gift is. Finding your passion. Uplifting one another. Coming together in numbers. I don't know how else to stress this to my people, that we need to come together. It's not going to hurt to be standing right next to a person that make the same chicken. Different ingredient, my bad, my words. Different ingredient, different texture, different type of seasonings that you're putting with it. But it could be the same brand of chicken, Tyson's chicken, but it's going to taste totally different. Support your people. That's it. Support your people. And like I said again, if you've heard anybody out there that they're supposed to be bringing together, or meeting up again, please let me know, because I would like to create something for our city so that we can come together, so we can talk to these kids, for these parents can bring their kids into this establishment. We sit down, we have guest speakers come, and we just speak real powerful messages to one another. I wish I could get one of these churches to just open up their doors. We all mask up, go in there, and the pastor say something, the pastor allow maybe some of the kids to speak, allow some of these adults to speak, have some of these mothers that's lost loved ones to speak, have cousins and uncles speak, because it's real. Everybody, like I said, have a powerful message, and it needs to be heard. And the more people that come and speak, the more people that would be willing to listen and hear other people's testimonies, and hear why I changed my life, or hear why they made things different, or why they moved out of the city because they felt like they were going to be dead or in prison if they didn't leave. A lot of people really feel that way. You know what I mean? A lot of people really feel that way. Like, you know what? I got to leave this city or this state, because if I don't, I'm going to be somewhere where I don't want to be. And they ain't leaving because they don't want to be here or because they don't love their people. It's because, you know what? I might prosper better over here because it's just different. This is going to do something better for me. And that's how it is. So if we could come together, like I said, if we could get one of these churches to open up their doors, or somebody to rent out their building for a good price, maybe we can all come together and put our money where our mouths is, and put our money on this table, and rent this hall or rent this building, and put some flyers out there. Somebody who make flyers, somebody who got the music. You know what I mean? You could bring it into this establishment, and guest speakers can come, and we could get something started. Even if we're doing it once a month, we could do this. I mean, a lot of us, we waste our money on simple-minded things every day. What's wrong with investing into something that's worthwhile? For example, like the skating rink. Now, I said I was going to stop, but it's on my heart. So, like the skating rink. The lady who owned the skating rink, she owns Roller Dome North. She put in her paperwork saying that this skating rink could never be a skating rink ever again. So, I felt like that was selfish of her to do that, because we want to go skating too on our city. I mean, on our south side of our town. We want to have things too. We don't want to just have to travel all the way out north to put money into them. That's why north look better than south, because they making us spend our money that way. So every time we go skating, they got a new something going on in their rink, or something looking different. But we don't got nothing on the south side of town. That right there should be enough right there for you to be like, you know what? If we all put together $100, 500 of us put $100 together, we got money. We put into this establishment, which is $317,000. Because if it's anything else, it's not going to make that money back, what she's wanting, what she's asking for. So basically what I'm saying is, if we or find someone who is in the business industry as far as realtors and, properties, let's talk about getting this skating rink. Now, we know it can't be turned into a skating rink, but I know for a fact if we all come together and get this building, we can turn it into anything that we put our minds to turn it into. Just that simple. Because right now, what they're telling us and saying to us is they're going to make North look real good. We don't got nothing south. They put a Walmart, that's because, shoot, of course they know we're going to shop there. Who wants to go way that way? But it's not an establishment that we created. It's not an establishment that we put our mouth and our money towards. So therefore, we just sitting here like, dang, they coming up. Dang, did you just see the new improvement that they just put over there? Well, that's because we sitting around doing this. Dang, I wish I could have did that. Or you know what? So-and-so, they ain't on nothing for real. We too busy hating on one another. We too busy putting each other down. We too busy not congratulating each other. The old Kmart, they ain't turned that into a storage area. They know the white folks ain't about to come on the south side of town and put their belongings in that storage. They gonna feel like, they gonna go over there and break into our establishments. Take our prized possessions. What? They building a storage area. Like, come on, really? I mean, really think about it. Look what's going on. And we're not doing anything about it. We just sitting here watching it happen right in our face. What was that across the street? Was that a Target? That building been empty for Lord knows how long. Guess what? We don't even know what they're doing on the inside. Before you know it, it's going to be something that's open and somebody else is running it. Guess what? We're spending our money in their establishments and wondering why we don't have anything. I know it's a lot of black folks on the south side of town that's got some bread. Where y'all at? Hey, where y'all at? It only take $100 to put with a couple other people to see something really big. What? The old Scots on the south side of town. They opened that up for Dunham's store. We in there putting clothes in boxes and closing it off and shipping it out for somebody else to gain access and to get a bigger establishment. That could have been one of us. That could have been one of our clothing lines that we put together. But because we don't want to see nothing great, clearly we're going to keep sitting back wondering why we ain't got nothing on the south side of town because we can't come together. Because we too afraid to uplift one another because somebody going to get ahead of us. But guess who getting ahead of us? The very people that we seeing get ahead of us. That simple. Because we too busy sitting back buying weed, liquor, partying, buying materialistic things with our money, and we ain't investing. We ain't putting our money where we really need to be putting it. And I'm going to be the first one to speak it. And I guess I can say this now because I've been sober for 107 something days. And now I'm starting to see, like, you know what? Had I been high, I probably wouldn't even care. But because I'm not high, I'm able to think the rightful way that I need to be thinking. That's probably why they put weed on earth, because they knew a lot of us would consume it and forget our main thought, our main focus. I ain't knocking the weed smokers because, like I said, that was something big for me. I thought I'd never be able to quit, but I quit. So I'm like, you know what? Dang. Now, had I been high, I've been looking for the next blunt. But because I don't smoke no more, I can look like, dang, I wouldn't mind being able to put my money at where this building at. Light bulb. It go off all the time now that I'm clear-headed. They put that liquor here on earth for us to lose our minds, basically. We indulge in liquor thinking it's going to suppress the fact that it's things are changing. No, we're just changing the way we feel emotionally, because when we drink it, we probably honestly get more emotional. We making the Hennessy producer, the Hennessy maker richer. Because I know it's a lot of Hennessy drinkers, because that was my drink. Hennessy and Red Bull. And I'm sitting back now, I'm like, dang, I ain't actually been able to save. Let me tell you. since I ain't put down the liquor and put down the weed, I am actually able to save. I'm like, dang, I got all this. I'm doing all right. That's because I made a self-conscious decision that I needed to better myself. And the only way that I was going to do that is if I put the very things down that was holding me back from where I wanted to be in life. And a lot of us, we sit back and we ask ourselves, where could we be? Why we aren't where we are? Because we're not trying. And I'm not here to knock nobody down, because you will let go on your own when you're ready to let go. You know what I mean? So don't think that I'm acting like I'm better than the next, because I'm not. I'm talking about because tomorrow I can get myself into some bull crap and be back in the same situations again. But I'm choosing a different path. My mouth probably, I got to work on that part, but hey, I'm trying one thing at a time. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying to y'all is that if we start coming together and putting our money together and actually setting in stone, we got to get paper out there and put lock and loaded, like, and have witnesses and get it notarized. That's okay, because you can always go to court and sue the person that you thought was real and took your money. We could get that back. That's nothing. So let's not even think like that. Let's think logically, like, you know what? I'm trying to get ahead. Let's invest in ourselves. We can do this. We, the people, can do this, man. It don't take some scientists to figure it out for us that we don't need those very people who we looking like. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Y'all know where I'm going with this. We're not stupid. We're not ignorant. We're not lost. We've been silenced. We've been taught to keep our mouths closed and to mind our own business. To a certain degree it is, but sometimes it's time to mind others so that we can help each other. It's all about growth. So if we can start coming together and making noise the peaceful, right way, we wouldn't have so much negativity in our community. Because we'll be too busy trying to build up what we don't have. And we'll make those very people look at us like, look at them over there. How we looking at them. Ain't no segregation. Ain't no racist moment. But we are. We're tired, right? Because I'm tired. I'm tired of looking like, hey, they getting ready to build a whole riverfront on this dirty water. I'm not hating. But dang. And we're going to be the very people down there sitting by it like, dang, this is beautiful. We could have did the exact same thing on the south side of town if we put our money together. Quit hating on each other. We could do the very same thing. We could build something. We could, man, listen. This would be a forever topic. This is something that will always be addressed if we don't keep focus of what we want to. We want great things. We can buy land. What? Might be a little harder. But the right people behind us, we can buy some land. We can build on our land. We can open a community. Man, we can open up our own water company if we wanted to. We can open up our own heat company, own light company. We can build our own banks. We can create our own community. So you cannot listen if you don't want to. But God put it in me to speak it. And I'm going to speak my truths. I don't know about you, but I'm going to keep speaking. Because somebody's going to see this. Somebody's going to say she's on to something. Because I am, and I have been on to something. But I'm telling you now, I can't do it alone. I'm not ashamed to say it. I cannot do it alone without my people. That's simple. So I say we come together and we get this establishment going. If not, we'll still be sitting here 10 years from now talking about the same thing. Me too. That's why I get up every day and come on here and speak my truths, because maybe this video will land in the right people's hands and I can take it to the television, or I can take it to new heights. And that's what it's about, not giving up on your dreams. Fighting for what you know is right. Standing up for yourself and standing up for your people. And I am Lady V. Thanks for taking the time to tune in. Peace.